Alrighty, good evening. Actually, it's about 7 p.m. I did a few hours early. There was some volatility in the Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. I wanted to do an update on my markets. So I have started here 60-minute Bitcoin Cash BCH. Price broke pretty much every support level that I had, and now at this point I didn't. I actually took all the everything off. I'll redo it, but in order for this to be a buy, either at this particular low of 1510 or whatever, price needs to go back above 1830. If price does continue to go lower, then the next level of support is the 1460, the 1420 level, and also down to the 1105, and then the 1040 level, which is between this area. So there is a high probability that price will continue lower for one more and then bounce off of either this support level or the anywhere between 1420 and 1460 level. However, if it does bounce off of any one of these support levels, it needs to break above 1830 to signal a buy. If you were to try to buy at any given point here, you're taking a huge gamble, and you would need to put your stop probably below 900. That's just real quick on that, on the Bitcoin Cash. Moving over to Bitcoin. When I spoke yesterday, the funny thing I want to choose another chart I wanted to show you. Not that one. It's not that one. It's the S&P here. So yesterday, you can clearly go back to my video. I believe price was trading roughly in here, maybe around the 12,000. I said price would continue lower for wave C. It was nowhere near this C. It was like way up here at 12. As you can see, this is Elliott, and look where it stopped. It stopped at the 9,900 level where I had it projected. Now price could come down just a bit shorter to about 9,600 before it makes its way up. And then when it makes its way up, it's going to go above the 20,000. So clearly right now, everything is showing the ABC pattern. Since I've been trading this particular market since, I believe, January 1st, I'm not live in any of the Bitcoins, though. I don't touch any market for 90 days. I always demo it, try to get an understanding of the markets for about 3 months before I actually go live. So although my analysis may be accurate, it's just a rule of mine. I'm great at currencies. I'm doing good, so I have no need to hurry and jump into Bitcoin. However, my analysis has been pretty accurate, so I can't complain about that. But if you go back a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, price was in here somewhere. Price was in here. I mean, price wasn't even in there. I mean, here's the 4th of the month of the year here. And as I started, I said, okay, this is possibly a B. And if this is a B, then you need a C, which will go below the A. And it did that. So if we bring this to a smaller time frame, even yesterday, being it was the 15th, I said price needed to break out above 15,300. If it didn't, it will continue to lower levels. As you can see, it got nowhere near 15,000, and price broke and it fell all the way to the 90, close to the 9,900 level, this is why I have it blue, because I said price would come to the level of 9,900 or between 9,900 and 9,600, which at this point I need to put this one a little bit up more. 9,500 was where I was trying to. 95 right there. Yeah, let's put 9506 fine, but 9,500. Now, what I'm looking for is a retest. What I would be looking for is a retest of this new bar to come down here. If it breaks the 9,900 level, then it probably was the next level of support would be 9,500. At the end of the day, it's not technically a great buy until price has to break above 13,000 and then go more towards 15,000. The problem with that is that the last thing you want to do is wait until being that it's at 10,000. If it does go back to 9, it's going to be very difficult to wait until it goes to 13. It's going to be very difficult. So if you are anxious and what have you, you can easily put a stop at around 9,000 or 8,800 if price does go below or go to the 9,500 range, at some point within the next day or two, there's going to be a strong possibility that the Bitcoin is going to rise and shoot up. So just keep a lookout on that. Right now, it's a 50-50 right now. If you were to go in right now at 10,800, it's not a bad buy because I don't know what it's going to do. My analysis can be accurate, but at the end of the day, no one's accurate. No one's 100% accurate. So this can be the low, and if this is the low at 9,900, well then currently right now this is not that bad of a buy, But just keep in mind, it is possible that a retest of this level of 9,900 or a little bit lower to 9,500 is highly possible. That's going to do it for those two markets. I'm going to move on to a new market that I've been also looking at, is a new market for me covering. That's the S&P 500. So here are my support and resistance levels. The funny thing is I had this particular blue level at 2770 when price was actually up here, but I just never got the chance to take the video. So these two, as price continues to trade between my blue 2810 and my blue 2770, it's going to be at a sideways. If price breaks either one, then that's going to determine the short-term trend. So if price breaks 2770, I expect it to go down to 2750 or a little bit lower. If price continues and goes above 2810, well then I expect price to go to possibly 2835. So either way it goes, keep a lookout on this market. I'm expecting some high volatility over the next couple of days, and it is very possible that the S&P or the ES will most likely continue to the downside and find its major support at around 2750. At that point, then it may go back up. So just be advised with that. Moving on, and last and final as always is Bitcoin. Funny thing about Bitcoin is this. I mean, not Bitcoin, the euro. So I actually took the vast majority of this a couple of days ago. I got stopped out at about 270 plus pips, somewhere around there, close to 300 pips. Last night I ended up selling here, and price went here, and then once it got, I think I took about 40, a little over 40 pips as the market pulled back. I was expecting this bar to continue down to the target. It didn't, so I lowered my stop and then I got out. At that point then I waited. What I actually did, I did go short here, but then I put my stop above here. I got stopped out on this spike up. I waited and I waited, and I saw that this particular resistance level of 123.10 and 123.30 held. As you can see, price went to 123.23, some right in between the two. So I waited for it to go down a little bit, and I went short at 22.90, 122.90. Price just somewhat broke the 122.64 level again, 65 level again, and my expectation is for price to come back to the 2150 level. If price does come to the 2150 level, I may exit and then go long again, where I have price then going to 124. So that's going to be my next target of another 100 plus pip move. It's possible that it could find support at 2150, but it could come to 121 even or 120.85. Either way, I'll be looking for a long if price does do that between 124 and 124.50, where you can see my next levels of support of resistance is at. An alternative is that this particular level here of 122.65 could be a strong support level, and within the next couple of hours, if not by the end of next day, it can turn on me and continue up, and at that point I'll be stopped out at 123.33 is where I have it at. If that's the case, so be it. I'll just wait and I'll go again. but my expectations is a move to the downside followed by a reversal the next day. So we'll see how that's going to go. I want to keep this one quick, and I should have another video for you tomorrow. Happy trading.